What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the UASO Academy. My name is Jaylon Jones, and I'm the leader and founder of the United Afro Student Organizations, or the UASO. Not very a hype video, not very a happy video. We're here to talk about the George Floyd situation. I'm pretty sure you already know what's happened. Of course, I'll go over what happened. But one thing I want to point out is the fact that why hasn't the UASO gone like extremely in depth about the situation? Why haven't we really talked about it? It's more of on me. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to talk about it because it was weighing too much on my heart. It honestly hit me and affected me in a whole different light. I still have, to this day, haven't fully watched the whole entire video. I've seen the video. I've seen him saying he can't breathe, almost like Eric Gardner said when he was choked out by a white police officer. But personally, I haven't fully watched the video. I just don't want to see it. I honestly can't put my heart in that. When I see it, I only see, black men that I love in my life. I see my relatives or my father, my brother, and sometimes I see myself in that position. Black men are being killed for any reason, whether they're doing something so-called bad or whether they're just minding their business. Black men are being killed daily. Black men are being killed as if we're animals, as if we're an ant. When an ant's in your house, you stomp on it, you go through your day, you keep on going, you go eat your food, there's no ant to bother you. Well, that's pretty much how this is now. Black men are being killed as if we're bugs, we're, animals that we can just get rid of, put to the side, and we'll go on to the next one, catch the next black man, we'll kill him, we'll disrupt his family, leave his family, pretty much for poor. They have no way to support themselves now. Good. That's what white America wants. And that's truly what white America wants. Kind of getting off track there. But of course, if you don't know, George Floyd was killed in Minneapolis on Memorial Day or this Monday. He was killed by a white police officer who had his knee on his neck. There was 4 police officers that were there total. 3 of them are kind of on the perimeter. I haven't fully seen the video, so I don't know if they ever show their faces, but I know there's 4. I know 1 might be holding him down. Of course, you can always fact check me because, like I said, I haven't seen the full video, and I refuse to watch the full video because I've seen too many videos of black men dying. I don't need to see another. If you can fact check me on the video, but I'm pretty sure one of them is even holding him down as this dude has his knee on his neck. There should be no reason why your knee is on anyone's neck. I've never seen that in any of the cop shows and anything like that. They never have their knee on their neck, at least from what I've seen. I don't know why you would have your knee on someone's neck. That's literally what they need to breathe. And as we see, when you put your knee on someone's neck, they will die. And when you do it for a very long time, they will die. So I'm very confused on why that happened, why he couldn't put him in handcuffs or put him against the car. I'd rather him do all that, even though, it's unnecessary. I'd rather him do all that than to kill the man, because at least he could have been alive. At least we could have got to see him again. At least his family would have got to see him again. And at least another black man could have got to see another day. Another black man could have got to see his kids, his wife, his family, his brothers, his sisters, and all the people he loves. I'd rather something like that happen than for someone to put their knee on his neck and actually kill him. It's a very terrible and sad situation. But what we have to realize is we're living in white America. And if you don't realize that, then you've been living under a rock, and someone needs to pull you out under that. We live in white America, and white privilege is most definitely a thing. Go ahead. If you're watching this video, you disagree, argue with me in my comments. I'm not going to answer you. White privilege is a thing. White America is most definitely alive. We have a white president. We have a white system. We have a white government. The news, the media, it's all run by white people. They will show black people protesting and ravaging the towns, but what they'll fail to show you is that people in Michigan, I believe, went with guns, armed. They were armed with body armor, guns, went up to the Capitol, demanding that they can be let off this lockdown, that they can go about their business. They were tired of that. Trump says, "Oh, these are very good people," but now he says that the looting will lead to shooting here in Minneapolis, and he's also calling them thugs. Thugs, of course, just meaning a black person. That is not how it's supposed to be used, and that word was specifically made for black people. So if you're watching this, please stop using that word. Don't ever use that word again. Don't even say it if you're referring to a white person, a black person. I don't care. Stop saying it in general. But what we're not trying to do is start a race war, but it's really hard not to start a race war, or really hard to ask people, please don't protest when you're killing their people, you're killing their family members, you're killing black men. We have 60,000 African-American women that are missing. 60,000 families that are affected, and even probably 2 to 3 times that people are affected, because of course when you're a person, you know plenty of people, you know, you have friends of friends of friends, you know plenty of people. All those people are probably hurting because of these 60,000 African American women are hurting. Plenty of black men who have died, their families are hurting, their friends are hurting, friends of that friend are probably hurting, knowing that a man like that who shouldn't have been killed got killed. I mean, when is enough really enough? And it goes to show you the government that we live in. That's why I often preach that America is a terrible country, and I do believe that. And I'm very embarrassed to have to physically live in this country. A lot of people, black people, say this country is beautiful, and I see their point with that. I personally don't believe that this country is beautiful. I think this country has been built off of racism. I think the black men in this country, who have done so many things throughout the years, are beautiful people. And there have been a lot of beautiful people that came out this country, but right now in the current state, in this country itself, has been built off hate. It was built off the backs of slaves. It was built off the backs of my ancestors, and most likely your ancestors if you're watching this. It was not built by white men. We continue to celebrate white men. I tell you this, stop celebrating President's Day. If you believe in this white Jesus, then get rid of that, because Jesus is not white and your God is not white as well. Get rid of all those things that they have put into your mind, that white people are amazing and the U.S. is so grateful, and that we go into these wars and we kill all the brown people and we get rid of these terrorists. Brown people are not terrorists. Muslims are not terrorists. That's what they told you. They told you that brown people are dangerous. They told you that black men are dangerous and that they have to kill them. How do you think Emmett Till was killed? White woman decided to say that he catcalled her. Did catcall her? Never did. That man, Emmett Till, was killed, and they still shoot his sign. They still shoot his memorial. I mean, when is enough really enough? If you don't believe that that America is honestly turned into a very dirty and disgusting country, most likely because of our president and the views that he's put out there, I don't know what you're doing. And I honestly hope Trump truly does pay for what he's done. I don't understand why someone like Trump gets to live and why someone like this George Floyd has to die in such a painful way. It's very ridiculous. Sometimes, you have to wake up and you may be walking on the street. At any moment you can be killed because you're black. Simple as that. Any moment you can be stopped and be killed simply because you're black. And you have to realize that. So to end off this video, I'm asking for all black people or any people of color and anybody essentially. I don't care what you are actually, forget all that. I don't care who you are, what you are. I'm asking that you, one, if you're old enough, you vote Trump out, really. You get rid of him and you take him out. I don't care what your political views are. He isn't a good president. The things he said are not good, and he's not going to help you or your people. He's very selfish, and he's doing things for himself. I'm also going to ask that if you're black and you know any black-owned businesses, please support those black-owned businesses. Please buy from those black-owned businesses. Do your research, just research. I know I'm going to ask my family to just start buying from black-owned businesses, to do our research, and if it costs a lot of money, well, shoot, it costs a lot of money. But we need to buy from black-owned businesses so we as black people can build up our economical wealth. I'm also going to ask that you continue to support the people that are hurting right now. There are a lot of people on social media and people off social media that are hurting right now. Check up on them. Ask them if they're okay. Ask them, have you been affected by this situation? Check up on them. Appreciate each other. Reach out to your loved ones. If you have that friend that you haven't talked to in a while, go reach out to them, because you never know when's the last time you get to talk to them. If you have that ex-boyfriend or that ex-girlfriend, go reach out to them. Go talk to them. Squash the beef. That whatever you guys had issues with, that's in the past. This is the new you, and hopefully that's the new her or the new him. Go talk to that person. Go, catch up with that person, because you never know when's the last time you see them. Be safe out there. Really, don't let anyone who spreads injustice, stay out there for long. Make sure you always point out injustice. You always fight against injustice. And our interview with our newest interview is coming this Sunday. I actually had an interview with he's I guess you could say a former teacher. It was a great interview. And in that interview, we talk about the George Floyd case. And that's another reason why I didn't want to talk about it, because I knew I would eventually get to it then. But we can't wait till Sunday to talk about it. I needed to address it now. So, of course, when things like this happen, know the UASO and even myself, we're totally against this. Of course, you can find us on Instagram at _UASO. Our newest interview will be out this Sunday. I hope you guys can watch that and enjoy it. One of my best interviews. The best interview I've had yet. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you, everyone.